Hey guys, this is Panda, and this is update part 2 for March of 2020. I'm going to try and make this one quick because I just want to get to the cats part, but I just wanted to show my setup one more time, how I have it set up right now. I'm waiting on a couple of really cheap things I ordered still on Amazon before I do a small little haul video. This is one of the things, but I got this t-shirt, this Billie Eilish t-shirt, because the Takashi Murakami video that she did of her in a crown video is my favorite one, and that's kind of one of the few t-shirt designs I found with that on it. And this scarf thing I'm using for a tablecloth. And I also got a hoodie that turned out to be way too small and also really cheap, and I don't think I'm going to be wearing it or using it. I couldn't return it, but I did get most of my refund back. So I might do a giveaway if anybody is at all interested in Billie Eilish, but I doubt it because I never get any giveaway takers. Over here I have my sewing machine and laptop and my smoke chest and my old Game of Thrones setup I still have up. It's kind of just my steampunk theme really over here. I still gotta fix my headphones. I was gonna do a video about that, and basically that's about it over here. And I wanted to do this during the day so I could just show you guys again what my curtains look like. I put my Galaxy tapestry in the window, and then these sheer star curtains were handmade, that my grandma and I handmade, and put in front of this so you could see the galaxy through them. And then this is my glass desk where I'm probably going to put the monitor over here and speakers and keyboard and stuff on the desk. So I'll have that set up at some point, even though I never really use it. I only use my laptop. If I could sell it, by the way, this computer, I totally would. My dad just doesn't think it's worth very much, so I was thinking about trying to trade it for a PS4, because I really, really, really wanted to play, what's it called? Damn it, I can't remember now. Last of Us, that's what it is, Last of Us. I wanted to play Last of Us, in the new one that's coming out, so I would need a PS4 for that. And I have my Barney poster up still, and yeah, my hoodie that I finally got this attached to the back of. This is one of those these thinner, lighter jersey hoodies that TYT has. It's not a TYT one though, but I would kill to have one of those. And I put this Bernie thing on the back, and I have a bunch of pins down there. And I wore that when I went to vote in my small town Baptist church polling center. I was literally the only Bernie supporter there, probably. And so the cat situation. My mom was in the hospital. I had to take her cat. He's a younger, former stray male tabby cat, and she was going to get rid of him before she ended up in the hospital, but I didn't want her to because I like him so much, and I felt like he was energetic enough that he would keep me kind of more on my feet a little more, give me a little more energy maybe. And my cat's getting pretty old, and I'm trying to raise the money to have her put to sleep because she's been sick for a while. Her usual stomach problems are getting worse, even with the CBD I give her. And she's been throwing up a lot. So she's like 12 years old, and I'm kind of looking to put her out of her misery before something happens to me, because I don't trust anybody to give her medicine every day or make sure she's okay or anything. She would not be able to survive being in the shelter. She freaks out over the other cats. That's why I'm having such a hard time right now, because she's not tolerating the other cats. And so I had him for about 2 weeks in my hallway. I went to all the trouble of spending about $30 that I didn't really have to spend on this really big piece of wood. It's pegboard. It's thin, flexible, but I got that because it's lightweight, because these shitty subsidized apartment walls do not tolerate handling weight at all. So I couldn't get something that was heavy like plywood, so I was looking for something that was wood, so it couldn't be like chewed through or clawed through, but it was also lightweight. And I got one that was about the size of a door, although this doorway is pretty wide, so it was wider than a door, and about 6 feet tall. And I had to get my uncle to help me for about 2 hours. We worked on it to put it in this doorway. We ended up having to get a plank, screw it to this wall over here, and then screw the brackets on, and then screw the door thing onto the plank so that it would swing open and closed right against the side here, right against the door frame. And I had to have it elevated about 1.5 inches because of the floorboards, the baseboards. So I had to put a brick under the corner that by the wall where it was attached, just to keep it off the floor. And then I had a hook screwed in here where I tied it shut. I had string through the hole and I tied it shut. And it was about down here where I tied it, so it was about halfway up the door. And then I would put this table up against the bottom of it, so it was pretty fairly secured. I had it leaned up against the side where he would try to get out, push his way out, and I ended up having to move the hook down further to tie it shut down further. And then literally the day after I did that, it fell out of it. Literally the whole plank dislodged from the wall and just came off the wall, and the door fell off, and I could no longer keep them separate at night. I was already letting them out during the day mostly to interact, but at night I would have to put them in there, and just so I could sleep. And so that happened yesterday. Last night that happened. The door came off the wall. So what I did was, I've only slept like an hour and a half since then, by the way, and it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon now. So it's been about 24 hours since that happened. What I did was I laid it on its side so it goes all the way across the door frame. And I got this big giant flat box that's pretty thick that I actually myself last night, it was right after I took a shower too. I was nice, clean, refreshed, and ready to do a video. And I had to figure this out before it got too late, because I wasn't going to be able to sleep if he was out. So I had to lay this door down on the floor, in the middle of the floor, put this box under it, and then screw and bolt like 4 different places across here this box to the door. That's how we put the hinges on, by the way. I had screws and bolts in here for the hinges, and so I did that. As you can see, I used a shit ton of duct tape, and it's just wide enough to go across the door frame here on the top, and I put this string across to keep it from being pushed out. And then I have this here, and with the door, the fake door thing going across the wall behind this. It goes all the way behind this. It's like almost to the kitchen door. And then it ends over here where I have it behind this heavy crate and magazine thing. I figured that was good, right? I mean, I have the table that I had before against it. I have the string up here to keep it from pulling out. And it's tall enough. It's almost 6 feet tall now, so it shouldn't be a problem, right? Well, okay. So I had this up like this, and I put him in there for a timeout because they wouldn't stop fighting. And just a little while ago, I went into the kitchen to get something to eat for the first time today. Like once today, I've eaten. I had some chili in a crock pot. And not 2 minutes, I was in the kitchen, and I hear this giant crash out here, and everything that was on this stand was on the floor, and this whole thing was pushed out. This cardboard was pushed out, and it was like extended out this far, and I don't think he'd gotten out because it scared him when he did that. I guess he jumped up against it from the inside there and pushed the cardboard out, knocked everything over the table, and everything over here was on the floor. So I come out here, and I go into the hallway, and I yell at him, and I shut the bedroom door, so now he's shut in the bedroom. And I was ready to leave him in there, but then I set this all back up again, and I fixed the box, and I moved the string down a little bit, and I have it back against the wall here. I pushed this back against the wall a little further, so it's only like an inch space back there. And I'm going to try and keep this pushed in front of it a little more so it doesn't have as much give. But like, if this doesn't work, if he does that again, I'm not going to be able to keep him. I don't know what to do. I can't just keep him shut up in the bedroom because he's going crazy in there. When he wants out, he'll dig and howl at it for hours. So like, I'm exhausted with this. Like, this has taken me so long to get this done and set up. I had the door completely perfectly set up and screwed to the wall, and I was so happy with it, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I can use it for putting peg things on and hanging stuff on and all that. So there goes $30 down the drain because it's basically garbage now. And I'm just exhausted with this. It's like babysitting a couple of toddlers that never grow up. I mean, it's been 3 weeks, and my cat has just been hissing and growling like crazy at me, and anytime the other cat even goes within sight of her, she'll just growl at him. And I try to walk past her, like through here, to get to the kitchen, and if she's sitting on the floor down there between the chair and the trunk, she'll attack my feet and, yowl and hiss and shriek and just carry on like a drama queen. And I'm just so done with it. I'm just so done with it. Like, I wish I could ever put to sleep right now because it would be such a stress reliever at this point. And that sounds kind of bad, but if you know me at all, if you know me from before, you know how much I care about my cats. Like, they are my everything. They're my kids because I'm never going to have kids. They've always been my kids. It's not like I've ever had more than 2 or 3, but like, they're my kids. And I really wanted to keep my mom's cat because he's awesome. He's active. He's like more like a dog, honestly. And he already knows he's using both litter boxes, and he doesn't eat my cat's food. He only eats his food. He's like kind of smart, but at the same time, he doesn't get it through his head when I tell him not to do something. And when I yell at him because he does stuff like that, like he did, I'm so exhausted. I'm so exhausted. I can't handle kids. I can't handle this much stress. I can't handle the stress of, having this whole stores being emptied out and not being able to get anywhere, and my appointments are all canceled, and I'm just so over it. I'm so over it. Obviously, Bernie ain't gonna win. It's not gonna get any better. I'm just over it. And as far as I'm concerned, like, the planet's fucked. If Bernie doesn't win, the planet's fucked. The human race is fucked. And my opinion is the coronavirus is the planet's way of fighting this cancer of the human race. Because I have felt for years like this planet is infected with cancer of the human race, because we just destroy everything. Like, even when we know we're destroying everything and we know we're gonna fuck ourselves and it's gonna be a nightmare and everything, they still keep doing it, because you know, it's all about that number in their bank account. That's all that matters. And after seeing what little progress Greta Thunberg made with her, massive climate movement that she did, I just feel like it's hopeless. Like, there's no way anything's gonna get better. If she couldn't do it, if all the people who were behind her and all the fucking giant marches they had couldn't do it, I feel like we're screwed. Like, there's no hope at this point. We're gonna have another establishment we're probably gonna have Trump again, honestly. And if we're gonna have Trump again, we're definitely screwed. Like, we're definitely screwed. It would be honestly nicer of the government if they're gonna keep cutting the income and Medicaid for people who are the poorest in this country. Just put us out of our fucking misery, honestly. Like, if those of us that survived this pandemic, because apparently it's all older people and people who are severely sick, like I have MS and everything, so I'm probably screwed if I catch it. But honestly, at this point, I don't care. I don't care, because I'm done with this. I'm done with this world. I'm done with this, whatever this charade is that I'm stuck in, that I have no control over anymore. And I'm just hoping I can get my story put out there before I die, because I swear to God, all the hell I've been through needs to be put out there, because I did not go through that for nothing. You know, I feel like I'm just here so that my family and the people I come across in life can unburden themselves, or use me, or whatever, steal, backstab, whatever, and make their lives a tiny, tiny bit easier. But it doesn't matter if it puts another monumental hell on my shoulders, you know? Like, I've been my mom's shrink and scapegoat and entertainment provider since I was freaking born. Like, she's treated me like her shrink and her scapegoat since I was born, and I've been providing her entertainment, and that's the only thing she wants from me anymore is entertainment, and just blames me for whatever goes wrong, and, you know, uses me to help her sell shit, and then blames me if that goes wrong, and just whatever. You know, I'm done being used and then ignored and then abused and then thrown away, and then, you know, nobody gives a fuck. That's the one thing I know for sure at this point. Nobody gives a fuck. So if I don't give a fuck, nobody gives a fuck. But anyway, I guess I'm done gabbing, and hopefully I can get the cats to get along so I can get a nice video of them or something. But I'm gonna try my best to get at least my atheist video and my dental story put out, because those are kind of important right now. So much for my Bernie story video. That's obviously too late. I don't know what I would say anyway, because honestly, he hasn't won. He hasn't really done anything for me, really. The $15 minimum wage doesn't help me any. But anyway, if you guys want to check out some of my favorite YouTubers, here they are. These are all YouTubers you should definitely check out. These are the people I'm into right now. There's a few new ones that I haven't put on there yet, but also, please, 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 please consider pitching in some pocket change every month. It's automatic. You don't even have to remember it once you sign up. And I will definitely put your name on here. I don't have anybody right now. If you'll be the first one, you'll be the only person I'm promoting. Whenever I do a video, you'll be on here, and I'll give you a shout out at the end and everything. So if you could do that, that would be a massive, massive motivation and help for me. And follow me on Twitter to keep up with everything. And I hope you guys are staying safe and having a fairly better time than me, hopefully. Make sure you take care and check out my other videos I'm uploading with this one, and hope to see you next time. Peace out.